with me. So I am live. I am live on IG and not Facebook. I'm not doing Facebook today because my iPad is dead. So today I wanted to get on here really quickly and say hello, hello, hello. So you see from the title that the question is, what has the pandemic taught you? So we're coming into this new normal that it's not anything like we've ever experienced. It's not anything like we know we've ever experienced, right? This pandemic was something no one could have expected, no one could have predicted. But we are now coming into our new. But before I get started, for those who do not know me, I am Natasha Brewer. I do a lot of things, but I own Everlasting TV as well as Natasha Brewer Consulting. And my mission is always to help people to renew their mind and help people to get organized and get their things done in an orderly and structured fashion. So, with that being said, that's why I wanted to get on here, and I'm going to be going on live a couple of times a week where I talk about different things. Like today, we're talking about feelings and what you've learned. So it's called Let's Talk Fridays. I posted a question on IG where I asked the question, the title of this broadcast, what has the pandemic taught you? And it's a very interactive process. I don't want to just keep talking and talking just to talk, guys. I want it to be interactive, as I said. But four things that this pandemic has taught me. The four things that the pandemic has taught me was valuing things, valuing life. These are my four things: valuing life, valuing my time, valuing my people, and valuing myself. Sometimes we get into a space where we just go along and getting along and we're doing everything for everyone else and we forget about ourselves a lot of the times. But so I'm going to go through each one of these and talk about it in a big detail. I remember when in 2020, before the pandemic, God was speaking to me about building. And in that process, I did start a couple of businesses. I started Everlasting TV, as I stated, that I'm the owner of, and I started Natasha Brewer Consulting. I wrote my first movie last year, Violet Bloom, that I'm producing this year. And I connected with a lot of wonderful people virtually because, of course, with the pandemic, we couldn't connect like we normally would. And it was a growth time for me. It taught me to be intentional about everything, about how I'm spending my time, how I'm connecting with people. It taught me life. A lot of people have endured so much during this time, so much loss. There's been so much hate. There's been so much torment. There's been so many challenges with people's mental states because they couldn't connect with people, because they were going through a lot of things. I mean, you see the videos. You've seen the videos of people actually looking like they have lost it, right, mentally. So the value of life went to a whole new level, right? Because people were getting sick. People we love, people close to us, we've lost people. You know, people who were ultimately healthy and young and, thriving and enjoying their thing, and they were succumbed to the illness through the pandemic. And I looked at the pandemic as a reset because it gave, when did we get a chance to not have our calendars being booked and busy? We had a time to sit back, to enjoy our families, to get to learn ourselves again. When did we have that time? So I remember last year, in the beginning of, I think around April or May of last year, I asked the question to my family and my friends, and I'm like, if this has not taught you that what's important, I don't know what is. The pandemic taught me to like I said, value my people. Let's talk about that for a second. My people, meaning, those God has blessed me to be in my life, or be in their lives. Even the people that, that I don't talk to every day, right? But giving me the opportunity to reach out and say, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you doing? I'm here for you, right? Because people were in the state of seclusion. And it's given us that chance to be like, hey, I am really here for you. Hey, I need you to be okay. Is there anything that you need? Granted, I didn't do it consistently as I should, but now I know and recognize that I have to. I have to check on my people because they do mean a lot to me, as I know that I mean a lot to them. So being intentional is key in this next season, right? That we be intentional about what we're doing and how we're interacting. The second thing that I said was it taught me the value of my time. Time is the most precious commodity that any of us have. We all get the 24 hours in a day. We don't know our end expiration date, but we get those 24 hours, and it's something that we cannot store up. We cannot reserve and put it in a bank account for a rainy day. So why are we spending so much time doing wasteful things? Why are we spending time with hatred in our heart? Why are we spending time with resentment and bitterness? Why are we spending time holding grudges? This pandemic taught me to forgive on a different level, to let things go. And like I said before, it taught me what's important. And recognizing that love is the principal thing in everything that we do. And if we're not coming from a space of love, right, then what are we doing? And if we're not operating in our purpose, what we were sent here on the earth to do, then what are we doing? We're absolutely wasting our time. And we don't have time to waste. What does the Bible say? We don't know the hour or the day. So we have to work and do what we're supposed to do and not waste time. Not waste time, like I said, doing those things that I said previously, but also not wasting time just sitting around and doing nothing. We talk in the beginning, I talk about I help people to, get their things in order, planning, getting organized. And that's the kind of things that I work on with people. And I have a session that's called Plan to Win. You have to plan if you want to win. So that's pretty much what the pandemic taught me. I talked about and my people, spending time with my kids, my husband, just talking and watching shows and just playing games that, just learning one another again. We were go. I had a long commute to work. I would spend 3 hours on the road every day. That's round trip. That time I have now to be home, and do what I want to do with my family and reconnect. Granted, so, we didn't get to do everything that we wanted to do during this time, but we are slowly coming, we are slowly getting into this new thing where we can connect with people. I had a fantastic opportunity to spend time with my family over the weekend for the first time in a year and a half. And it was so awesome to see my family, right? You see them on social media, you see that they're doing how they're doing, and they're, there, but it's nothing like being in a room and talking to your people. So that's something else that the pandemic taught me. And lastly, me. valuing me and the things that I need to do in this world, and knowing what I need to do in this world, as I stated in the time section. If you are not operating and moving in your purpose, then you are absolutely wasting time. The only way, or how I figured out my purpose, is my connection with God, right? He showed me who I am, who He created me to be. So I ask you to explore, what did the pandemic teach you? And when I say now, I'm intentional about what I'm doing. Now I'm intentional about how I connect with people. I'm intentional about taking time for myself to you heard of people doing self-care days. I need to do more of that. But I recognize that I matter too. These are things that we all must recognize, that we matter, right? And so these are the 4 things that the pandemic taught me. I'll repeat them for those who joined late. I see you. Hello, hello, hello. So the first thing that it taught me, valuing life, valuing my time, valuing my people that God has blessed me with, valuing myself. So I want you all to take time today to sit back and think about the things that you have learned and how you're going to continue to improve on your journey as we move into our new normal, because what it was will never be again after this pandemic. We all know it. We all feel it. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. Share this video, like this video. If you have not commented, if you do not want to share publicly, you can always drop a message in the DM or on the page, whatever you feel comfortable doing. But one of the things that I want us to get to is a place of being okay sharing our testimony, because we overcome the things and our challenges by talking them through, because we don't realize that a lot of people are feeling the same way that we are feeling, but we just don't know, because we won't open our mouth and we won't talk about it. So we're going to start talking so we can truly begin to heal, and heal for real. All right. So that's what it taught me. And thank you all for joining and tuning in for my quick chat. I have to run to another meeting, but I'll be on more frequently. So you'll see posts. So when you see a post in my story on IG or Facebook, it's going to be a question, and that's going to be the topic that I'm going to be talking. Love you too, my friend. Love you too. Thank you for joining, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful weekend, and remember to be intentional. Love is the principal thing, and we got this. We moving into our new normal, and we're going to do it in excellence. All right. So peace and blessings. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.